So patches out. I think a lot of people, like always with Street Fighter, are looking for massive changes. If there's going to be a change to the game that's pretty big, it's probably going to be on the seasonal update that comes with the end of the year, like the Ingrid one. I think this is cool as long as there's more coming. Let's talk about it. So this overhead change is probably like the biggest one, and like the changes to it, they talk about a little bit, as well as the input with drive rush. But the TLDR is they want to make the situation after blocking drive rush overhead universal. They are also now universally -3 on block or +1 with a drive rush, all overheads. The frame data is not different depending on the matchup, and also the spacing is slightly different. This distance created after blocking overhead differs between characters, but if the opponent continues to hold back, normal throw and 2 light attacks, including low attacks, cannot reach. This makes it so characters rely on like drive rush overhead into mix-ups like a lot weaker. There's not a lot of other high-low mix-ups generally, like parry negates a lot of them, and I think drive rush overheads are pretty strong in the game overall. They also say that jumping will now jump after a drive rush screen freeze. I don't know if you guys know this, but if someone drive rushes and you're holding up, your character just stays on the ground, like the up is not registered. This is probably the biggest case of like drive rush eating inputs in the game that most people feel is like they try to jump or they're holding up back or up forward on a drive rush, and then like the drive rush screen freeze happens and then your up doesn't come out, so you stand completely still and they just hit you. Those are like the biggest system changes overall. That and 3 frames of buffer on wake up timings, which means probably a more consistent, but that's basically what they mentioned for system changes. There are other changes. They say we made adjustments to all the characters by making more attacks viable and neutral and expanding combo options. However, as with previous balance adjustments, we've made changes to moves with high returns that were difficult to deal with, as well as moves that were overly oppressive in order to improve the overall balance. So for Luke, for example, his heavy punch is slightly better on block and has like 1 less frame of recovery. His heavy punch is a liability. I think if you compare it to the other Shoto heavy punches, it's a lot worse. So I think this move probably needed to be better. The real move for him that's like the other Shoto stand heavy punches kind of is this move, his forward heavy punch, which they made it so that the second hit will result in a standing tailspin instead of a blowback knockdown. When the first hit connects as a punish counter, you would punish counter them and you would do like forward heavy heavy into like heavy knuckle. That was like a pretty common thing. But now even if you don't hit confirm the first hit, even if you just do like forward heavy heavy, it keeps them grounded, and then you can do like medium knuckle and do grounded combos. And then he also got better flash knuckle. The recovery is shorter, advantage on block is better. If it connects, you can cancel into level 3 and it's more consistent, which is really nice. Sometimes the level 3 would just whiff after depending on the range. The blowback distance when hitting opponents has been reduced, so you're closer. One of his biggest problems is he spends drive gauge on every hit. He needs to like drive rush. His like EX combos are not that good, and his like meterless combos are a little weak. So they're trying to buff the interactions where he doesn't need to spend any drive gauge. Pretty nice changes. I don't know if it'll change him dramatically, but I think they're pretty nice. Jamie stuff, his standing heavy punch got changed a lot. They say they decreased blowback and blowback time on aerial hit for the second hit, and increased on the final hit, and expanded the attack hitbox that appears during the final hit of a combo upwards. Basically, it's so that aerial juggles, the jump heavy kick, stand heavy punch, multi-hit into sweep combos that are like really hard but good for the character are like a lot easier now. They feel a lot better. They've tried to make this change a few times, and like I think they finally found the right change. His crouching light kick's also +3 now, which means on drive rush it's like really plus. He can do crouching medium kick, crouching medium punch. He got a bigger hitbox on his crouching medium kick. The follow-up for the back sway when he's in level 4 drink, sped up cancellation out of the backstep by 1 frame, changed the startup to make it 1 frame faster, changed the number of active frames to be higher to beat 4 frame moves. Cool. EX breakdance, 3 frames faster, first attack's active frames doubled, changed recovery to be better, increased upward blowback and blowback time on the final attack. And because it's faster, it probably combos off more things now. Better combos, better anti-fireball move, further pokes, better juggles with his stand heavy punch, better approach with crouching light kick on like counter hit or drive rush, more consistent rekka, better command to normal pressure when he's in level 4. Manon. Surely she gets all kinds of stuff, right? Standing heavy punch has increased combo count upper limit, so she can combo you more often. Her normal moves have infamously long reach, so it seemed like there was a little risk for her to use standing heavy kick. Its standby block timing has been changed to make it less oppressive. Standby block hitbox timing is proximity guard, basically, right? So you can like walk out of it a little bit easier. More active frames on heavy heavy. Back medium kick, medium kick. Adjusted so when the first attack lands as a counter or punish counter, the second attack will be considered a counter or punish counter. Oh, it gives a little bit more damage. Of course, go back heavy kick has reduced hitback. I think her heavy punch is a little weird right now. It should probably be a little better than it currently is. So she'll probably feel better on like whiff punish stand heavy punch. I'm curious about this heavy kick change. I think in general, proximity guard on a lot of the normals always feels a little gross. So they gave her better combos and hit confirms and stuff. So like whether that actually matters or not, I guess we'll have to find out. Kim got some interesting stuff. This is after teleport, right? The effect of normal attacks hitting an airborne opponent after reappearing changed from knockback to knockdown. Increase the combo count limit of normal attacks after reappearing. She can do like crouching heavy teleport off of some stuff. I've seen combos with this already that look pretty insane. Obviously this hit confirm is a little unrealistic, but she can do teleport, crouching heavy punch, teleport, stand medium, and juggle. This is pretty cool. Marisa. They made her standing heavy kick riskier, but her other moves in neutral have been made stronger. Crouching medium kick has more options to combo on punish counter and drive rush. +5 on regular hit is very big. This means she can combo her crouching jab off of it or whatever, right? Drive rush, crouching medium kick, back heavy punch should combo, right? Isn't back heavy punch 9? Faster forward medium punch. Ooh. And they gave more frame advantage to Superman punch. Armor hitbox expanded downward and armor active frames 5 more. Oh my god. Pushback on block reduce on the EX version. And Corsical back light, combo only attack hitbox added to the first active frame, hitting opponents in front of her easier. I'm curious how that feels. These are good changes. I mean, nerfing her heavy kick recovery won't matter if you're whip punishing with it. It means if you're just like mashing on it, like flailing on it, it's worse. But this is a really nice buff. Dude, what did they do to this character? Well, these changes are ham. Standing heavy punch is 1 frame faster. EX Condor Spire. You can change the distance. And the recovery is less. And the knockback time when blocking has changed to be less. Increased horizontal blowback on blowback time on hits, so easier to get stuff after. Then there's an adjustment to all of the versions of the dive, which is you can expend Wind Clack stock to perform another Condor dive. Costs 1 bar of drive gauge, but you can just do it twice. It's not just like a gimmick of like, oh, I dived and then do I do it again or not? But like if you jump over a fireball and punish it and then do it twice, it's quite a bit of extra damage. JP's changes are pretty wild, I think. Standing heavy kick is less drive gauge on block, which is a pretty nice change. His hurt box stays on crouching medium punch, which people have been asking for forever. His heavy kick, heavy punch target combo does less drive gauge. His Corsical forward medium kick or heavy kick and 2 kicks expanded the vertical search area upward of the projectile when the move is being performed to help whiffing during aerial combos on his portal. And then departure, while departure is active, made it possible to cancel from standing medium kick, standing heavy kick, crouching light kick, and crouching medium kick, aka his non-cancelable normals. He can now cancel into portal pop. His throw has less knockdown time and leaves him further away. His level 2 sequences will be worse because generally you level 2 off of heavy kick. His neutral is a bit worse because of crouching medium punch, but this departure change is really crazy. So Juri, forward medium punch hits on airborne opponent, change from knockback to knockdown. Forward heavy punch, recovery on whiff change, expanded the front hurt box that appears after active frames ended. I saw some of the new combos with this. It looks really good, actually. Light punch pinwheel, reduce upper blowback when the first hit hits opponent in the air, making it easier to land the second hit. Increase blowback time when the second hit lands on an airborne opponent. Added combo only hitboxes in front and above for the second hit. Expanded the timing to cancel the second into super art. This would sometimes whiff, and like that's probably just to make it a little bit more consistent. EX Fuha, the stock. Lowered combo count start value, lowered combo count gain, reduced horizontal blowback distance, added scaling. They made it so you can juggle out of this more consistently. It seems like she can now basically always spend EX instead of drive rushing on everything and be much more drive efficient. Normal and boosted overdrive on Kensatsu, which is the medium kick overhead thing. 1. Advantage on block change from -10 to -8. Expanded hitbox forward for the 3rd and 4th active frame. Reduce the forward hitbox that appears after active frames. And increase pushback on block. Effect change from knockback to knockdown. Later, like airborne, I guess. Activation timing for the normal version's block idle hitbox changed from the 17th to the 5th frame. And the effect of the boosted version hitting an airborne opponent changed from slam knockdown to ground bounce. Let me look. EX kick, EX store. Yeah, look at that. Back heavy kick in a level 1 here. And then your drive gauge comes back up because you spent an EX. That was 2 EX moves and a combo into a drive rush, and you end with like so much bar left. Like look at how much resources she's building back. Like if you don't drive rush at the end here too, you spent 2 EX moves in 1 combo and you're at 4 bars of drive gauge. Dee Jay, dude, everybody's seen the Twitter clips of him doing weird shit. The cancels from this are so funny. Change recovery on hit from +4 to +5 on crouching medium punch. Recovery is slightly worse as well, and he has a bigger extended hurt box. Crouching heavy has expanded front hurt box after active frames end, so it's easier to whip punish both these moves. Heavy machine gun upper, super R gauge increased. Expended input buffer time at the end for the move on hit, so you could level 3 easier. Machine gun upper is also faster. Overdrive winning move, which is EX into medium kick, no longer hits standing opponents until the 2nd active frame. Normal overdrive juggling sway. This is the sway. Made it possible to cancel in a funky slicer winning move and juggling dash. Reduces the forward hurt box between frames 5 to 7. Sped up timing where he moves backwards, i.e. he can do like sway forward, sway back into like launcher or medium or whatever. Like it looks really, really funny. It just seems like they're like, these DJ players want to go fucking ham. All right, let's give them some ham shit. And they're like, here you go, you got this. Cammy got some cool stuff too. They gave her forward heavy kick less recovery, and they made it have more blowback on punish counter, i.e. they want you to like try to whip punish with this and get punish counters and then get better combos off this. Cannon Spike, increased distance, move forward upon attack startup, making it easier to hit the lower part of the body. This also seems like it's going to be way more plus all the time on hit and block. Normal and overdrive cannon spike during a forward jump. The screen will shake on hit or block. Knockback time on hit or block increased by 2 frames. Reduce pushback on hit or block. She gets like way more frame advantage, and then she is just smoke you and like frame trap you. Yeah, with like crouching heavy or something, and you're like, oh fuck. The screen shake is a good idea, and I think her whiff punishment looks a bit better. These are nice changes. Everybody wanted this guy dead, so standing medium punch, more whiff recovery. Crouching heavy punch, added a new hitbox when it hits on the first active frame during a combo, making it have the same reach as the second active frame so he doesn't get accidental weird combos and stuff. Solar Plexus went from procs guard on 3rd frame to 17th frame. You can walk away from this now. Right now, you just get stuck. He just does this shit from halfway across the screen, and like it doesn't matter. This shit is so annoying. Heavy punch, heavy kick target combo, upward blowback time increase from activation until the end of the active frames. Pushback on block or whiff while in the corner will no longer be applied, so you can't use it in the corner on block. EX Shoryuken has a new hitbox, probably to make it like not fall out and stuff. And Hashogeki has less drive gauge damage. It's half. And increased pushback on block during burnout, meaning the burnout loop is weaker. This change makes it so that he probably gets new combos, right? You can now combo with a medium or EX Shoryuken on standing hit. This character will still be good, and they will still play like drug addicts, but dude, the Honda changes are, I'm not sure what they're supposed to be. These changes were mainly geared towards Sumo Spirit 100 hand slap. It will now lead into the final attack, even on block, and the advantage on block and drive gauge reduction are more favorable compared to the normal version. The overdrive version in particular can result in frame advantage on block. In addition, the medium version can now link into light attacks, so they try to give him like more power into hands and EX hands. I feel like these changes don't seem like anything. Even the Honda players who are like pretty high on the character, like Ultra David he posted a tumbleweed. They don't seem like very big changes. Blanka. He had quite a bit of changes, some that I think are pretty big. Standing medium kick has 1 more frame of hit advantage. Crouching heavy punch, a counter will now result in a knockdown instead of a knockback on grounded opponents. Forward heavy punch, increased knockdown time on counter hit by 7 frames. That's nice for him. Surprise forward hop, remove throw invincibility. Very big. This means that when he hard baits you by doing like forward hop, or like when he's minus in the corner and he just hops forward, which Manon does all the time, it loses a throw now, which is very big. Less drive gauge damage on rolling attacks from Lightning Beast. It went from 7,500 to minus 4,000 and minus 10,000 to minus 6,000. And Blanka Chen also lose their hitbox if Blanka is hit after activating it. Sizable nerfs to like a few key tools, but overall I think the character is still very good. Guile. Crouching heavy punch can now be cancelled on the first active frame. It's probably to make it like better for anti-airs and stuff, right? And like combos. Target combo, when the first hit lands the counter or punish counter, the effect of the second hit was changed to allow for follow-up attacks. It will now be easier to perform quick counter attacks even when crouching medium kick is countered or somersault kick isn't fully charged. Basically, if you have crouching medium kick overhead, the second attack also gives you punish counter, and it gives you a ground bounce. More super art on forward heavy punch is cool for him. EX Sonic Blade, when pressed simultaneously with another button, the punch input strength determines the attack speed. Like he can change the speed of the booms to the OD blade. This collides with Sagat's Tiger Shot. Overall, buffs for Guile, they seem nice. Kenny got some cool stuff. Stand medium kick is super cancelable. Gives him another farther poke to cancel into super. Crouching heavy punch has better disadvantage on block. I wonder how this interacts with like drive rush, crouch heavy, run. Quick dash or Shoryuken hits people in the air, a little bit more consistent in combos. The forward light kick follow up during Jinrai has slightly more damage. Knockdown time on counter or punish counter is a little longer, so he gets better Oki. Prevent backward recovery from being performed during a counter or punish counter. Snap kick has more active frames. And Super Art 2 has increased damage on counter or punish counter. They want you to use this move to punish stuff because it does a shit ton of damage if you punish with it. It's insanely fast. It's not invuln, so you basically use it to punish stuff and it's safe. So nice changes to him. Chun-Li, they gave her some wild stuff. They made her Snake Strike medium punch, the like slide, faster again to give her better anti-fireball stuff in slide. Light kick also has better hitbox. It's further forward when she's in stance. 2 kicks during overdrive, 100 hand lightning kicks. Combo scaling is no longer applied when followed up, so it does more damage if you do EX into like level 2 or something. Light Hazanshu does less damage, has another active frame, 1 less recovery frames. Advantage on block went to -5 and gives you a knockdown. When performing on an airborne opponent, it's a ground bound. Increased pushback on block, reduced forward movement. Projectile invincibility has been removed, increased combo count limit. Basically, it's like a new combo move for her. And you can use it like scissor kick where you like space it out. Like you do like 40 medium punch, walk back, light Hazanshu, and then it's like -5 on block and safe. It no longer beats fireballs, but that's not really what you use that move for a lot of the times anyway. Very annoying, tricky move. I think this will make the character feel a lot better and a lot stronger. Zangief. Dhalsim, yeah, I mean, I don't know. The Zangief changes are like almost, they're not very big. His drop kick beats projectiles better, like low hitting projectiles, and that the fourth hit of his EX overdrive layer will also hit a crouching opponent, and during burnout, the first, second, and fourth hits can't be interrupted, so you get like more chip on it. But I don't think the changes seem like they matter that much for him, to be honest. I don't know. Dhalsim got a new stuff with his jump medium. He can cancel into his dives from it and like get combos after. So he can do like EX blast, put you up in the air, jump medium punch, drill, and then do supers after, which is cool. I like it. The combos are like really crazy looking. Jumping heavy punch and jumping heavy kick have better combo count upper limits. All these moves, so they get better juggles, and you can like super and stuff after if he hits you with it, which is pretty big. Yoga Flame has a better front hitbox and does more drive gauge. Medium Yoga Flame, also the same thing, more drive gauge. Recovery on hit of the EX version is faster, so you can do juggles and other stuff. You hit confirm or do whatever EX, jump medium punch, drill, level 1, and because you spent an EX, like your drive gauge builds back up. It's pretty drive efficient. Basically, in this game, being able to do this is very valuable. Like, look at this. Like, this shit looks so much better. Yeah. They gave him all kinds of shit. The thing about Sim is it's so hard to tell with him, right? All this looks insane, but like... this is from Breezy Man. All this looks insane, but like so few people play Sim, it's so hard to tell. Dhalsim got lots of good buffs. He seems like he's very improved. Rashid, he got some big ones. Standing heavy kick. He can do like, yeah, forward medium punch into eagle spike and like get more corner carry instead of just doing like heavy mixer or whatever, which is cool. Medium normal spinning mixer. Air invuln has been extended. So like you can like use it from far anti-airs more often. They also made whirlwind shot like push you back less, the EX version, and he can cancel it earlier and roll earlier. So he just like kicks this EX in at you and then he's like plus from like half screen. A.K.I got some nice stuff as well. Toxic Blossom increases her drive gauge by 2,000 when it's triggered, which is like already just nice. Heavy changed from 3,000 to 5,000. Light and medium Serpent Lash went from 2,000 to 4,000. Heavy Serpent Lash went from 2,500 to 4,500, right? Standing Light Punch change. Nice. I don't know how much this matters. Light knockback on the hit and block increased by 1 frame. Recoveries 1 more. You know, you could drive rush out of it. And EX version, you can do new combos on Nightshade. I think the drive gauge is like the most important thing for her. She just gets more drive gauge doing what she's going to do anyway. Edward, a character a lot of people expected to get shot. He got some nerfs, but overall, I think he's still going to be one of the best characters in the game. The biggest thing is his crouching medium kick. More whiff recovery, reduce the rear attack hitbox that hits crouching opponents. He can't like check drive rushes or like hit people with this very often now. This is a big one. His crouching heavy kick has more recovery frames and is worse on hit, worse on block. However, he can cancel the target combo out of it into kill rush when it hits. Better juggles and combos again. And then they gave him more combo scaling on Psycho Flicker, which is big. This is one of his biggest combo starters. He uses this constantly. And then less meter on his EX. Overall, I don't know. He still seems like he will be very, very good. Akuma, I don't think his changes seem, well, we'll talk about them first, but Akuma players are not happy because they're Akuma players. Standing medium punch has more recovery on whiff and expanded the frontal hitbox. When it whiffs is a common change. A lot of characters got. Crouching heavy punch, extended knockback by 1 frame if it connects during the first 3 active frames. Don't know how much that will matter, but maybe for some juggles. Advantage on hit changed from +1 to 0 on crouching medium kick. This changes his cancel options for sure. For crouching medium kick and EX flame not working is bad. Normal and overdrive fireball. Increased damage and total recovery time reduced by 7 frames. An advantage on block changed from +5 to +20 and increase the number of hits from 3 to 4. Increase drive gauge consumption. Increase the number of active frames on the second hit from 2 to 3 for his cortical back medium kick to Tatsu. Increase the number of active frames and cancel it off crouching medium kick from 18 to 20 for adamant flame. Yeah, I mean, he didn't get a lot of juice. He mostly just got nerfed, which is funny given how many other good characters are around him that didn't get nerfed. Psycho Mind Backfist combo. He got more frame advantage for Bison. Psycho Mind Backfist combo medium. Reduce horizontal blowback when attack hits and increase blowback time. Devil's Reverse. Reduce forward movement distance for pressing forward when activated in front of your opponents, like flying over them. Super Art 2. Reduce attack startup. They made it a little faster. Increase backwards movement distance when pressed after and expanded the combo only hitbox upward. Not very much for Bison. That being said, given how good he is, him not getting nerfed is crazy. Bison players are like, holy shit, I got away with it. Crouching medium punch for Terry. More whiff recovery. Crack shoot. Like burnout sequences are gone because the pushback is further. Same thing with round wave. Pushback on hit has been reduced so you can get better combos, which is nice. EX tackle you can now use for combos and like cancel on a bunch of stuff, which is really nice for him. He gets a lot of new stuff. and Buster Wolf like more consistent because you're frozen during it. And yeah, I mean, mostly the biggest nerf for Terry is crack shoot pushback. He got buffs to his combos again. So my stuff, I want to read this. Mai's changes are mostly revisions to her special moves, with the largest being held and overdrive versions of Kachosin, as well as her light Ryuembu. The knockback time for held and overdrive fan has been decreased on hit and block, so it now be less effective at locking the opponent down. The weaknesses are still somewhat covered by the powered up level 1 versions, making landing it more important than before. On the other hand, we don't want these nerfs to make her too ineffective at mid-range. So in exchange, we made light Ryuembu more effective as a poke, i.e. we don't want her just doing fan over and over and over, and then if we nerf fan, she has nothing. Worse fan stuff, they say the knockback time on hit and block after the falling fan reduced by 5 frames. Basically, whenever you block the fans now, you can move earlier and interact a little bit better. Ryuembu, they made the hitbox is bigger, projectile collision is bigger, does more drive gauge damage, hurtbox around the body expanded forward when it misses, but in general, it's just a better poke, does more drive gauge damage, more useful. Elena, I think her changes are pretty small, but they seem nice. Heavy Rhino Horn gives you better combos. Super level 1, blowback time when hitting a standing opponent at crease, giving you better juggles when you hit grounded characters with level 1. And you gain more life on healing and get drive gauge back. They were like, the healing is not being used, it's not giving you much, so let's make it give you more resources. Overall, pretty small changes to Elena. I don't think she'll change that much. Sagat, stand light kick, reduce pushback on hit. You can combo into like uppercut and stuff more consistently, more whiff recovery on crouching medium punch. That's basically it. Still very good character. Viper. This character seems fucking outrageous. Standing heavy punch, disadvantage on block change from -3 to -2. If she feint cancels it now, she is +1, which is big because she can like be +1 and then you don't want to press, and then she does heavy punch again, and then she feint cancels and she's +1 again, and then you're like, oh fuck, do I press? And then she does a jab, and then she frame traps you, and then you die. Standing heavy kick has less blowback when hitting an airborne opponent, and ground bound time increased, so she gets better combos, better juggles, a little bit more consistent. Crouching medium punch, more active frames, and the hurtbox on the arms during the attack's active frames reduced backwards, so it's easier to check things with this. This is a better poke. Heavy thunder dash, which is course look back heavy punch. Collision, push block expanded upward on hit, making it harder for the opponent to pass under it. Normal aerial burn kick. Knockback time on block increased by 1 frame. Updated so if the opponent is behind Viper when the attack is blocked, landing recovery is 1 frame more than if the attack hit. And Super Art 1, attack hitbox on first and second frames expanded upwards while the timer is activated. When Tracer Combination, Knuckle Pursuit, and Double Burn hit or block, the drive gauge increases by 3,000. You activate level 1 and you just go fucking ham and build back a ton of drive gauge. And then you have drive gauge, and then you spend that drive gauge to do a fucking ton of moves. Like, that's the idea. You just like cycle resources. Her level 2, they fixed a bunch of problems with it. But basically the idea is like she gets to do more stuff and be more active and play the game more and like not run out of resources, because she kind of ran out of resources and died too much. This is also one. Aerial burn kick is plus now. She just gets to be plus all the time. I think the character is just like way more active, way more fun. I think a lot more people will play Viper now. Okay, TLDR on the notes. Pretty nice changes. It's not substantial. I think if you're expecting a Street Fighter patch to change the game dramatically, I've got news for you. It doesn't seem like that's their plan. If you like the game, the quality of their changes are usually pretty high, and they're gonna make cool new changes. If you're like hoping that this will change the face of the planet and Street Fighter will be insanely different, I just don't think that's gonna be the case. I'd be shocked if they make a patch like that. That's just not the way they're gonna do it. So if you like Street Fighter, like, it's more Street Fighter for you. If you don't like Street Fighter, then it's more of the same. All right, cool. Now should we go play the cousin fucker? Listen, I normally don't follow the lore, but you guys are all about it. Go, Alex, go.